Okay, all my gamer friends, it's the return of the weekly roundup-ish. I've been lacking on those. I haven't done them in a long time, and I'm sure all 10 of you are dying to know what's going on. But I found some interesting news today, three pieces that I wanted to talk about. Before I get into any of that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Over here at Variety, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, live action film in the works from Story Kitchen, Sandfall Interactive. Why this is interesting is because this game hasn't come out yet. The fact that this game hasn't even come out yet and they're already making a film is very unusual. I have no idea why or how things like that happen. It comes out April. These next couple months are actually going to be really sick. Anyone who's on Xbox, I'm an Xbox gamer, and they're going to have one of the best years this year. And this game is one of the reasons it's coming out in April. They are working on a live action film over here on Variety, a live action adaptation of the video game Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Is in the works before the game even launches. Variety has learned exclusively that game developer Sandfall Interactive is teaming with Story Kitchen to develop a film version of the game, which will be published by Kepler Interactive. The game is due to be released April 24th, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Steam, and Epic. It was recently showcased at an Xbox Developer Direct and was featured on DualShock's 10 most anticipated indie games of 2025, as well as the cover of PC Gamer and Edge magazine. We're thrilled to collaborate with Sandfall Interactive to bring the rich, immersive world of Expedition 33 to the big screen, said Story Kitchen founders Dimitri J. Johnson and Mike Goldberg. The game's compelling narrative and complex characters provide a solid foundation for a cinematic experience that will resonate with both gamers and moviegoers alike. I don't know how it's going to resonate with people who don't even know this is a game. And yeah, by the time it comes out, if this does get made, because it could get canceled, the game will be long out. But I mean, this is just an announcement, so it could be another year or two. Claire Obscure Expedition 33, aka a stupid annoying name. I don't know why the Claire Obscure part needs to be there. They could just say Expedition 33. It's said to be set in a world inspired by Belle Epoque Frat. Per the official description of the game, centers on the Paintress, a godlike figure who annually paints a cursed number on her monolith, causing all individuals of that age to vanish. As the number decreases each year, humanity faces impending extinction. Players follow Expedition 33 on a mission to end this cycle by confronting the Paintress before she paints death again. Casting and directorial decisions for the film are currently underway. Johnson, Goldberg, Timothy I. Stevenson, and Alenda Sandoval will be producing for Story Kitchen. Partnering with Story Kitchen allows us to expand the universe of Claire Obscure beyond the gaming realm, and Sandfall Interactive CEO Creative Director Guilherme Groff. Their expertise in storytelling and passion for revision make them perfect to translate our game to a captivating film. I believe this is this indie's team's first game, but it's highly anticipated because it looks amazing, actually. It looks freaking stellar. It's coming to Game Pass too as well, so I don't need to pay full price for it because Xbox is amazing and Game Pass is amazing. So I can just play it through Game Pass day one when it comes out, and I'm looking forward to that. Story Kitchen's current slate includes adaptation of Tomb Raider's franchise, including the animated Netflix series which just came out, live action TV, film projects at Amazon MGM Studios. So Story Kitchen are doing a lot of game stuff. The company is also currently developing Just Cause for Universal with Angel Manuel Soto directing and 87 North co-producing Streets of Rage and Toe Jam and Earl. Those are pretty interesting choices. They haven't had a Toe Jam and Earl early. Toe Jam and Early, that's pretty funny. Also, something that people don't know about the game is that one of the main characters is voiced by Charlie Cox. This was not mentioned at all. Charlie Cox, of course, is Mr. Daredevil on the Netflix show, which, I don't know, it's quite interesting that this game that hasn't even come out, it's already getting a movie. It's like when somebody options a manuscript for a book, so the book hasn't even come out yet. Sleeping Dogs movie is in development, and they're hiring Simu Lee, who played Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, and producing and set to play the role of Wang Shang. So he's producing it too. That sounds like he's someone who's a fan of the games. Maybe, I'm not sure if he's a gamer. I think he might actually be kind of a gamer. I remember he was at the Game Awards one year, thinking that Simu actually likes this game series and wants to get involved, just like, you know, how Jonathan Nolan made Fallout so great because he loves the games. Sleeping Dogs was first released in 2012 on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, and tells the story of Detective Wei Shen as he infiltrates one of the Hong Kong's notorious triad crime syndicates. Interesting story about that is when I was living in Vancouver where they developed this game. I play tested Sleeping Dogs, but back then it was the sequel to the first true crime game, but instead for some reason they changed the title to Sleeping Dogs, even though after playing it, it was basically the exact same game. They just changed it from True Crime 2 to Sleeping Dogs. It is a fun game. I played it. It's like GTA, but with like you're playing an Asian character and you can do lots of really cool environmental attacks. So while the game failed to meet publisher Square Enix's lofty expectations, is a much loved by fans and sequel hopes have followed ever since. The original adaptation was announced 2017 with Donnie Yen set to star, but then it disappeared a year later. A few weeks ago, Yen himself confirmed it but scrapped. I spent a lot of time and did a lot of work with these producers and even invested some of my own money into obtaining the drafts and some of the rights, Yen told Polygon. I waited for years, and I really wanted to do it. I had all these visions in my head. Unfortunately, I don't know. You know how Hollywood goes, right? I spent many years on it. It was an unfortunate thing. Well, on to better things. I would have been cool with Donnie Yen also. I could totally see him, though he's definitely, if he was in it, he would be older than the main character, but I think that guy's pushing 60 now. So when Lou tweeted to say that he was working to make Sleeping Dogs movie a reality, there is a degree of confusion. Lou himself followed up with another statement that added fuel to the fire and even revealed his intention to help bring a Sleeping Dogs Vatiog to life. So few film projects make it from pitch phase to green light, he said. Pitching execs who don't understand the game has been tiring. Everyone's overwhelming love of Sleeping Dogs here has really given us life. First a movie, then a sequel game for everyone. That's always been the dream. IGN can reveal that Story Kitchen is leading the Sleeping Dogs live-action feature film project. Story Kitchen has form when it comes to some video adaptations. Having worked on anything from Sonic Hedgehog films to Netflix animated Tomb Raiders and adaptation of It Takes Two. Last year, Story Kitchen announced film adaptation of Square Enix Just Cause with Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel Soto. IGN understands that the Sleeping Dogs project has a writer and major filmmaker attached to produce, but there's no release date or word on when production would begin. The movie marks a significant revival for Sleeping Dogs, which saw its game sequel canceled in 2013 before it entered production, and its original developer, United Front Games, shut down 3 years later. But now here we are a decade later. Sleeping Dogs could finally be set up for a wake-up call. That was a pretty weak line. You could have used it better. The sleeping dog is finally awake instead of a wake-up call. That's a weird way of putting it, but it is IGN and they're stupid. So okay, over here on the AV Club, we have Elliot Page, as you knew, used to be Ellen Page, and what's unusual about this is that they're making a TV show out of the game Beyond Two Souls, which he acted in, but that was back when he was a she. Elliot used to be Ellen. I find that pretty weird for me still because I watched her whole career start, basically. When she did the game in 2013, over 10 years ago, she was still her female, so. And don't get offended if I say she by accident instead of he. To me, it's still Ellen Page. Elliot Page has started development on a TV adaptation of 2013's interactive drama Beyond Two Souls, a game whose only major selling points are that it starred Page and co-star William Dafoe, at a time when it was relatively rare for A-list talent to go slumming in games. But as with basically every other game developed by French studio Quantic, whose other games include Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human, Beyond was more interesting in the theory than actual play. The game put you in control of a young woman named Jodie, played by Paige, who has an invisible ghost friend who can be controlled, allowing you to get up to various shenanigans that involve things like the infraworld, the CIA, and the mysterious Black Sun. Also, like most Quantic games, it got bemused eye rolls from critics who praised its ambition but dinged its execution and weirdly hokey plot. People liked Page and Dafoe though, which might explain why Page is now turning this thing into a show. His past with the franchise was a bit less rosy. He explored legal action against Sony back in the day, after Quantic Dream developed a nude model of the Jodie character for shower scenes that were obscured in the game, but which players got their hands on and started passing around images of. Page, who didn't do any nude body scans for the motion capture heavy game, and who's never appeared nude in any film, was reportedly not happy. Page Page, whose Pageboy Productions has acquired the rights to the franchise. That sounds a lot warmer in the game now, saying in a statement that filming the game was one of the most challenging and fulfilling acting experiences of my career. The story's rich narrative and emotional depth offers us a fantastic foundation. We want to create a unique vision of the characters and their journeys that resonates with fans and newcomers. They like saying that word resonate a lot. News of Page developing the show comes amidst other darker news in the world of game adaptations. It sounds like Justin Baldoni's plans to turn Pac-Man into a movie has gone awry. First off, I had no idea that Justin Baldoni, who's currently in some type of legal problems with Blake Lively, and so he had plans to turn a Pac-Man into a movie, but all my gamer friends, that is all the gaming news I got for you for this week. This is from the past week. I think I'm most interested in the whole Claire Obscure and how and why they're, already optioning it to make a movie out of when it hasn't even come out. But then it's also Ellen Elliott Page thing where she wants to make a movie out of a game where he was playing a girl when he did it. Maybe they're just producing it and he's not going to be in it. I'm not sure. But we will see. To anyone still watching this, thanks. Let me know below if you have any comments on any of the pieces of news I just dropped. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to keep effing gaming.